Speaking of the top, we know that Arsenal beat Liverpool last season. We know that Liverpool lost 7-2 to Aston Villa. Low. We know that they were run pretty hard by Leeds as well. And there's been a lot of talk about how and why Liverpool lost these games. Now, some people have even gone as far as to say it was Arsenal that set the pattern for other teams knowing how to beat Liverpool. Now, I think I love that. And as the title of the show suggests, did Arsenal break Liverpool? Did Arteta break Klopp? What are we saying? And by the way, guys, there's 1,400 people watching right now. Please make sure you all hit the like button because we can get this video jumping. But yeah, honestly, guys, what do you reckon?
Do you know what? Let me just say my point on this one. Right, is that facts are facts. We've beaten Liverpool 3 times in our last 4. If I had the choice out of winning the Carabao Cup or the Premier League match in the last 2 that we've had, I'd rather have taken the Premier League game.
Fair.
But we've still beaten them 3 times out of 4. We've still showed that we can actually compete with Liverpool. That's the most important thing for me, is not so much the victories, it's the fact that we can actually compete with them. We're not letting them roll us over. We're not an easy, prey anymore.
Let me try and be objective here. You say that we can compete. In the first match, we didn't really compete because a lot of people would say we should have lost that.
You say that. You know what? You say that, but in the first 20 minutes, I felt we were all over the place. And then after that, it was our style of play that actually got us the goals. I'm not listening to anybody that wants to tell me Liverpool made 2 errors. We forced those errors because too many teams have sat back from Liverpool and allowed them to play football. The amount of times I've watched Liverpool when they were going unbeaten last season, and I was shouting at my telly, and I was like, why are these teams just rolling over for Liverpool like this? When they come and play us, they turn into Brazil 1970. When they play Liverpool, they're just like, yeah, go on, bend over for you. No worries, lads. And it's like, come on, man. It's like, I'm just bored of it. And then the first team that actually turned around and went, nah, not today, was Watford. And I was like, yeah, I actually it was like they were the first blueprint to show everyone, don't be scared of them. Don't be scared. And then after lockdown, I don't know whether it was because the league was already won basically or anything, but teams started to get at Liverpool and show no fear against Liverpool. And I think that was telling. And look, defending a title's the hardest thing to do in football. And I think that Liverpool are starting to realise already that teams are going against them this year now with no fear. And the other thing as well is that going to Anfield with no fans, they lose that fear factor as well.
It's not the same. It's not the same. No. And what about the rest of you? Do you guys agree? Do you think that there's actually credence in this whole thing? Go on, Kesh.
I wouldn't say we broke them. What I would say is, without Salah and Mane in the same lineup, I do feel their press kind of lack. It's not the same with them both being in it. And I think Liverpool now is coming to the point where teams are actually going to try to attack them rather than sitting back, hit them on the counter or try and get a goal from a set piece. Teams are actually going to put runners in behind. And I don't feel Gomez and Van Dijk is used to that. So I feel that's their downfall. Whether or not Klopp is going to find a solution to actually kind of counter that from happening, whether that's playing a bit deeper, I don't know. But he's the manager, so he's have to come up with a solution.
Yeah, it was 30 years. All that love and affection and everything that you guys been waiting 30 years for. Now that you have it, you're going to realize the pressure of being the champs and having that target on the back of your head every single night, knowing that every single team is coming after you and trying to give you their best. And that era of invincibility is gone. Let's be honest. Leeds came, they showed you guys that you guys are not invincible. We came, we had a couple chances. We didn't win the game. I think we should have played more attacking and we could have won that game, honestly, even though we were outplayed, let's be honest. But then you lose 7-2 to Aston Villa. And that kamikaze football, that rock and roll football that he was playing, it might not work if he plays that high line. It's high risk, high reward. And this year he might get found out. And you know what? I did predict that they were going to finish fourth, but they could still win the league. I don't know.
You predicted that Liverpool were going to finish fourth.
Yeah, at the beginning of the season, but they didn't.
That's
Okay,
bold.
you know what?
That's a
Hey,
bold prediction,
That's a
man.
man with an opinion, and far more for me for ever trying to tear a man down. I wouldn't do that.
Very, very bold, man. That's a very bold
No,
prediction.
but
Can I just quickly say as well for Liverpool fans, where you was mentioning about 30 years since their last title, to put that into perspective, Gunnosaurus was 3 years old when you last won the league.
Oh my God.
I just want to add another thing about last night. Did you know Stroh last night came on here saying our loss last week was more embarrassing than them losing 7-2 to Aston Villa? Behave, behave.
No chance.
I just don't know.
Mate.
I mean, 7-2 to Aston Villa. It's
As champions,
unheard of.
that shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't. It
Yeah.
shouldn't happen. at
I need
all.
to talk about these fans. We need to stop being defeatists as fans, because if you go to Liverpool, an Aston Villa fan before that game would have told you we're not going to get nothing this game. More fans need to be like, yo, we can beat any team. Even though you might not think your team can do it, you still need to support your team and back your club. Because when we lose, there's fans that are saying, oh, we were going to lose anyways. And they always are so defeatist. Stop covering your backs and just go out there and put your heart on your sleeve and support your club.
I hear it. And again, I can see people in the comments saying it's been 16 years since we won the Premier League. We don't have a European trophy. Listen, you're not telling us anything new. We, of all people, know this better than you guys do. But it still doesn't change the fact that you lost 7-2 to Aston Villa. And it's not even being salty. It's not even being disrespectful. It's just factual. And considering Arsenal were one of the first teams to do it, and as DT clearly said, 3 out of 4 games Arteta's beaten Klopp, I think it's a fair question to ask. But look, we've got a super chat from Stroh, and he says, wait, hold up. What did I apparently say?
No, not Stroh. It was the other guy, the bald guy. It was on the not Stroh. I apologize.
What, the
I got you
filthy
mixed
fellow
up.
guy?
Don't do that.
No, not Filthy Salah, the bald guy with the beard. Not Stroh. I love Stroh. He's actually a calm guy, but who was the other guy's name? The bald guy. Drifty. Is it?
Oh,
man,
yeah.
behave yourself.
Behave yourself.
Stroh, I apologize that I got you mixed up. Stroh, it's not you.
We had debates with Drifty over before the games and stuff on AFTV, and his delusion is real. And I know you're probably watching as well, Drifty. Listen, anytime you want to debate, man, and this is the thing about Liverpool fans that winds me up. And I told him that time, he was very, very relaxed in those, debates that we had beforehand. It was just troops that he got very animated with. But Liverpool are having a go at Arsenal fans and trying to mock us as a club for going through the same kind of spell that they've gone through. Like, it's hypocrisy of the highest order. Liverpool have gone 30 years without a title. When Jurgen Klopp took over 5 years ago, they had players like Jimmy Traore in their defence. All right, they were drawing 1-1 with West Brom and doing olays in front of the Kop.
It stinks.
It's all part of a process. Any genuine Liverpool fan who's humble enough to admit they can see the pathway that Arsenal is taking is very, very similar to Liverpool's. That we're, got a manager that we need to, trust, who will implement his own style. Now we brought Thomas Partey in. I expect our formation to change around as well. And you will start to see a difference in the way that we play. But I just don't get it. We've been outside of the top 6 once in 25 years. Once. And Liverpool have been in the Europa League more times in 25 years than Arsenal have.
Damn.
But yet they're sitting there going, you finished 8th, you're this, you're that. Well, hold on a minute. The year that Jurgen Klopp took over Liverpool at the start of the season, so you can call it not a full season, shall we say. It's exactly like Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta actually had less time. Where did Liverpool finish that season? Oh, yeah, they finished 8th, didn't they? Oh, yeah, 8th. The same place you're mocking us for finishing in when a manager had us for 25 games. And the last thing I'll say on it is that Mikel Arteta's start to Arsenal has pissed all over Jurgen Klopp's start to Liverpool because he's won a trophy.